All right. This is Wendy Booker checking in from MS Insight, and I'm delighted to have an old friend, acquaintance, and a wonderful person, Alan Segaloff, here from MS Foundation. The MS Foundation has always been very near and dear to my heart. When I was diagnosed over 22 years ago, you were one of the first organizations I found out about. And boy, we had fun together. But even then I continued on with my public speaking career, and I realized that I so often am sending patients to you on a national level. I feel like you're the organization that has the heart and the heart of the MS patient. And so I was so anxious to do this interview with you to share who you are, what you are doing for the MS patient. So my first question right out of the chute is explain what the MS Foundation is.
Okay. The MS Foundation, the Multiple Sclerosis Foundation, also known as MS Focus, we sort of cut the wording down a little bit to make it easier to be recognized. So MS Focus is basically, we've been in operation for 34 years now. Our real, what we focus on is helping people who have MS, including their caregivers and families, with everyday issues to make sure that they have a better quality of life. We have 19 ongoing programs. Some of the programs are really programs that you have to qualify for. We have some very unique programs, and we also have incredible people working our 800 toll-free numbers to help people when they call in. They're very caring and will walk people through any problems they have.
Now, I remember that one of the things I was so impressed with is that you are able to help people who might need refrigeration or air conditioning or something very specific. Way back in the old days, you were known as the organization who would get us our cooling collars and cooling vests, and I know you've grown far from then. Give me an example of a problem that a patient might call you about. This was not one of our pre-planned questions.
Oh, that's fine.
Go off the cuff, but.
All right. We could have a patient call us and have a problem. Let's say they're unable to maintain their household. So we have a program, a home care assistance program, and basically that program will allow temporary home care to come in, somebody to come in and basically do light housekeeping, cleaning, but also it's a program that covers the caregiver, because there's actually in this program respite care for the caregiver. So the caregiver could have some time off to themselves, which is very, very important.
I recently, through our MS Insight website on Facebook, did receive a question from I believe a person who's a new caregiver asking for help and where they could find out things for them. I did refer them immediately to MS Focus. Right. Tell me, how would a patient or a caregiver find you? How do they learn about you?
It's real easy. If they just go to msfocus.org on their computer, they'll be able to go right to our website. Our website has all the information of all our programs. It has application forms. It has links to our other website. So we actually have a website. We have a quarterly magazine.
Yeah, I was going to ask about that.
And not only do we send it out to people who would like to receive it, but we also maintain it on another website of ours, which is called msfocusmagazine.org. But all you have to do is go to the main website, and you can connect to that very easily. There's a link right on our website. And I'm going to reference our website a lot because it really is an incredible tool.
Especially now, which one of my last questions later was how you were handling the COVID. And of course, that website is key to getting the information to everybody. Again, being 22 years out, back in the old days, we'd hear about you through a referral from our physician. Often those of us diagnosed with MS were left with a grocery bag filled with literature and pamphlets. So now the times have changed. It's so much easier to reach you, which is going to lead me into support groups. I know working with you over these years that support groups have been really, you've done some amazing jobs of helping people set them up. Let's say I'm in Kansas. How do I go about finding a support group?
It's really easy. All you have to do is call our toll-free number or go. If you want to find a support group, you can go to our website. They're listed there. Or if you want to start a support group, you could actually just call our toll-free number, which again is very simple. It's 888 MS Focus. There'll be somebody there who'll help you. The person in charge of the program is, her name is Masha, I'm sorry, Harris, and she'll be able to help you set up what you need to do in order to set up and qualify as a group leader. But the information again is basically open to the public. One thing nice about our website, we don't require that you register first before you get into the website. Okay,
Ah.
so anybody can go into the website and look around to see what's available, resources that we have, different programs that we have. It's all open to the public.
Wow. That's awesome. Really is. Because some of that is getting the tools. And I often see that MS patients on a whole, as a population, are so eager to help and to be advocates and to say, I'd like to help others going through this. So starting a support group in your area would be in a wonderful channel for somebody who's looking.
And I also have to interject that, with the COVID situation that we now have, a lot of the live support groups aren't meeting, but we still have many of the groups that are doing virtual support group meetings.
Which is really needed right now, and all angles of medical and physical. And it's amazing what we were just saying before we went online of what we're able to do. Thank God for the computer and the change through the internet. Now, tell me more. I love the MS Focus magazine. And again, I always tell my audiences that this is a magazine written by and for the MS patient. It's not, I get a lot of clinical magazines in the mail. I get a lot of information that's technical and medical, but this one, again, I say you are the heart of MS. Tell us about the MS Focus magazine, and again, remind people of where they can get a copy or how they go about it.
It's a quarterly magazine. We have different themes in every issue. Okay, we have a lot of our articles, as you mentioned, volunteers who write for us. It's a different theme every time. We have also, besides the magazine that goes out, we send out approximately around 70,000 copies of the magazine go out. But the reading population is much higher than that, because a lot of them will go to an MS center and so forth, and people would be able to pick it up there. They can get the magazine very easily by either calling a toll-free number of 1-888 MS Focus or going to our website and signing up.
And you said quarterly, so that's a good thing to know. I know you've always found me, and I've moved a lot, so I'm impressed.
We also have a publication that we send out that's geared to our support groups. We have approximately 200 affiliated support groups. Now, they're independent, but they're affiliated with us. And there is a magazine, the quarterly magazine, that goes out to the support groups also that people can sign up for.
Yeah, yeah. You're a wonderful messenger. And as I keep going back to the amount of work that you do for the patient has been growing exponentially over the years. So tell me, I call this the fun stuff, the good stuff. And tell us about the Cruise for the Cause and the other. That one is very near and dear to my heart, as you know.
Yeah, I know. Actually, it started off years, and I don't know how many years ago it started. I think it's over 20 now.
Yes. I think I went on the second one.
Right. The initial ones were, I think, a 3-day cruise that we did, a 4-day cruise. Now we do 7-day cruises. But what has happened, and basically what we do is it's an opportunity for people from all over, not just the United States, to go on the cruise, book the cruise, and we bring on the speakers. So we'll bring on the neurologists, physical therapists, possibly yoga instructors, and we try to change the program almost on every cruise. We do one cruise a year. Needless to say, COVID is here.
Yeah.
So we're not doing any cruises fast. Right now, it's on suspension as to this program because we have to see what happens. You know, we all hear now about a vaccine coming out. Um, Even though the vaccine's coming out, my feeling is that the cruise lines, and talking to some of the upper echelon people in some of the cruise lines, it appears that group meetings are going to be somewhat a no-no on
Okay.
cruises, at least through the end of 2021.
Yeah.
So, but we're looking forward to go back with it. It's a great opportunity to not just get the educational aspect, or be able to talk with a noted neurologist. And if you don't have a neurologist in your local area and you come on the cruise, they're there for 7 days. You can, they're wonderful. They'll take questions. They'll be glad to help. So we have to see how this goes, how this continues. We're looking forward to doing it again, hopefully in 2022.
Yeah. Yeah. I was going to bring that up. And I know, again, in the MS Focus magazine, you start to advertise quite early about it. And people will be able to get information and dates and everything.
And one other thing, what we do is the educational program, we record the educational program on the cruise, and then we put it on our YouTube channel.
Oh, and that's Chris who's doing that, isn't it? Does he still do all your
Well, Chris, we actually have somebody else also, but we have a number of people that are capable of doing it. Yeah.
Yeah, so that the information is out there all the time and can be reached whenever anybody wants it. But they'd miss the fun stuff. So
Yeah.
I know that the cruise industry for everyone is on hold, but I really want to make sure that the MS patients know that this cruise is specifically for them. And in 2022, we hope it'll all resume. And then I know you do an East Coast and an Alaska one, and you flip-flop. So it's a really exciting opportunity for people to get. And I'm still friends with the people I met 20 years ago. So that was an amazing event for me, and it really changed a lot of my MS life. And I know it's had that same impact over the years.
We say that the cruise is all about me, MEE, motivating, educating, and empowering.
Which is what I love. That's been my mantra as well. So it's a really good fit. So now I do want to talk about COVID. I know it's difficult for you and your staff. I can only imagine everybody who I know quite well working remotely, social distancing and such. How are you helping the MS patient get through this tough time? Have you had to change a lot of your work?
Well, we've gone completely remote. Basically, there's just a skeleton few people that go into the office just to open the mail. But what we have done is thank goodness to technology. We're doing a lot on Zoom. Our live educational programs don't exist right now. Live being in person, I should say. We're still doing live programs, but it's a virtual live program. So that's what we expanded, and you know, we're finding there's some pluses to it also. So in March, we do a big push in March for March Awareness Month, MS March Awareness Month. And in the past, we've always had problems when we schedule a program in March in upper state New York. We have to fight with, and I think you've been involved in a situation where a program got canceled because of weather.
Oh, yes.
Right?
That was my most recent, that was a few years back, 2015 or so. I remember that.
Well, now if you do it on Zoom, you don't have that problem.
And I have a blizzard going on behind me as we speak. So
Right. And also, for people who want to get to the program, it's a lot easier. They don't have to travel to the program. So again, going forward, I think some things are definitely going to change for the better. I mean, you can reach more people through Zoom than you can in a local meeting in a particular area. What's lost is that, you know, face-to-face, personal, touchy feeling. That's the only downside.
Which is I think it's important, and I know you'll bring it back, because socialization and being feeling alone with MS is quite profound. So I know that you've often recognized that from the beginning.
And we had an upswing in certain programs. We have a computer grant program, and people have to qualify it, and we'll send them a laptop or a PC. And basically, there's been a big demand for that, which is understanding because people aren't going out of their house, and that's the only way they can really get in touch with the community.
And what a world you're opening up for them. If they don't know about it, it's going to be like a wonderful box to open of all the things they can get involved with. Another question I have, and this is a tough one. Often when I reach out to MS patients, they say, well, I'm not near an MS center. You know, throughout the country, we have these patients' care centers. And I often will say to a patient, you know, if you can get to a neurologist who just treats MS, not all of us are near big cities in that. So you have a patient who might be in a rural section of the country and needs all these questions answered. How can we find them? How do we reach them? How do we let them know you're there? Again, I know we can point them to a website, but I guess a brainstorming thing of finding these patients who might be remote. And I mean that physically, not just because of COVID.
Yeah, it's difficult to reach them. We try our best. Hopefully even through the local neurologist or that can recommend basically our services. Don't forget, our services are all free of charge. And we have a really, like I said, there's 18 ongoing programs, and it just goes down a line from assistive technology to cooling, as you had mentioned, and a whole bunch of others. We have a free lending library. So hopefully they'll get in touch with us through the means of a local neurologist or a physical therapist or some other healthcare professional. But it is very difficult to service rural areas, and that's always been a challenge.
Well, and that's what I was so excited to be partnering with you. We're, of course, brand new. We're less than about a year old now. And I have a big mouth. So I love to get the word out and love to spread that, and hopefully can get in there some way to get these neurologists and physical therapists and all to know to give out your address, your website, and hope that we can partner more and more on spreading the word, which is how this interview is so helpful to all of us. I want to again reiterate to people, it's MS Focus, msfocus.org. They're the hardworking worker bee of the MS world, in my opinion. I have told people that and again, I'll say this is the organization who has a heart and is really hands-on by and for the MS patient. And I'm lucky to have Alan with me today, who's been in charge since the inception, haven't you?
Well, not really. I've been involved with the organization from inception, but I've actually been on the payroll for only 22 years.
That's exactly when I was diagnosed. See, we came on this together. So thank you so much. Anything you want to add that I might have missed?
No, I just want to say it's always a pleasure to speak with you.
Oh, I've had a blast with you. Like I said, I singly feel like I've learned for years of who you are, what you've done, and the internet is now helping spread that. And I want to reach out to the MS patients who might be listening. If you do not know about the MS Focus and MS Foundation, you're missing something that's going to add a lot of wonderment and joy as you process MS. It'll give you answers. Your caregiver can get some help and answers. And the MS Focus, if they don't know the answer, they'll find it, and they will reach back out to you on a very personal level. I know so many of the staff, and oh, that reminds me, years ago, as you know, our buddy Jim, who has since passed, he wrote an article and had a column on men's issues, which I always thought was very strong and impactful. Do you still cover that? Or are you still?
We do, but it's not consistent. We do have a We Care, We Call, and we have a young gentleman who has MS who mans that, and basically it's a program whereby somebody just gives us the name and number. We have somebody who has MS check in on them once a month, once a week, whatever is needed, just so they have somebody to talk to, because there's a lot of people out there that are confined to their house and really are quite lonely.
Yes, yeah. See, and that's what I mean. And again, if it's something you don't have, I know you will move heaven and earth to find an answer for that person. Alan, thank you. Happy holidays,
Thank
Passover to
you,
you
you
and
too.
your family and the gang down. And they're lucky enough to be in Fort Lauderdale. That doesn't mean they're just in Fort Lauderdale. MS
No,
Focus is global at this point. I bet you are. I know they're a strong presence throughout the United States. Any of you who have not heard of them, either go through our website and we'll connect you, or again, msfocus.org will give you everything at your fingertips, and they're only a phone call away no matter where you are. So
so,
my thanks. Happy holidays
no,
again.
thank you. Same
Much,
to you.
much love.
Stay well.